got a different CC in her power rankings today. Courtney Cronin, Myron Medcalf sitting in for Evan Canty and Michelle here on Unsportsmanlike, ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Maybe I should have asked for my own production next time so I can get like that updated. Myron's going to want his own production when he does his top 5 list of the top 5 playoff teams in the NFL after week 17. His is coming up in about 2 hours, but I want to jump right into this. Myron's going to give his thoughts after I go through each one, and then I want to hear from you. 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. Kicking things off right here.
Number 5.
So you could call my list of my top 5 teams in the NFL, the race for the number 1 seed. And I've got the New England Patriots at number 5. Myron and I were talking off camera a few minutes ago about why people don't believe in the New England Patriots. And yes, a lot of it has to do with the fact that you look at their schedule and you see the teams that they've beaten, and you see that a lot of these teams are not going to be playing after week 18, whether it's Cleveland, whether it's Atlanta, whether it's, the New York Jets, and then this past week, obviously, that win 42-10. I should have picked them in my betting pool. But anyways, Drake May continues to play incredible football and career best football these past 2 weeks against the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets. He's in line for an MVP. We read you the odds over at DraftKings Sportsbook. He is in the lead right now, slight edge over where Matthew Stafford is. But it's not just Drake May and the offense that has me really excited about this New England Patriots team. It's the fact that this is probably in the AFC, because you can look at the Denver Broncos right now, a team that currently holds the 1 seed. I think that the New England Patriots are the most complete team from offense, defense, and special teams. Great quarterback, great coach combination will help you go far, and the Patriots have that in a lot of different ways, but I think we don't give this defensive side of the ball enough credit, Myron.
Yeah, I mean, people are looking for reasons to doubt the Patriots, the schedule. They can't do anything about that, but go out and win. They've done that. Drake May looks like an MVP quarterback right now. He's getting better at the right time, and if he wasn't a second-year guy, I think a lot of people would be picking New England to make a run.
All right, staying in the AFC next.
Number 4.
So I've moved them down in my power rankings the last 2 weeks. Denver. They lost decidedly to the Jacksonville Jaguars in week 16, and then last week, on Christmas Day, it took that comeback for them on the road to be able to beat the Kansas City Chiefs and stay in the driver's seat for the AFC West. The Chargers lost to the Houston Texans on Saturday, locked up the AFC West for Denver. I've got questions, though, with this offense. Drake May was having, or rather, Bo Nix was having a Drake May level season until he wasn't. And then all of a sudden, the roller coaster at quarterback and on offense and what they haven't been able to do with their run game started to come to a head. This defense is going to be what carries them in the postseason. Right now, they are the 1 seed. They're able to lock that thing up officially if they beat the Chargers, a team that's not playing Justin Herbert in Week 18. But I had to move them down based on what I'd seen from Denver the last 2 weeks. I had them at 2 a couple weeks ago. I have them down to 4 right now. I still think that they've got the best defense overall in the AFC, but they're playing these games way too close for comfort, and the Chargers helping them out there, and then possibly helping them out even again in Week 18 by not playing Justin Herbert. I don't know if we're going to be seeing the best version of the Denver Broncos going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, Bo Nix has obviously been up and down. The run game is something to be concerned about. But how do you prepare for that defense, Courtney? I think that, to me, is what has them so high. Those blitz packages, the way they just attack quarterbacks, is going to keep them in every game.
All right, moving on.
Number 3.
Seattle Seahawks. And I know that when we were talking about the Los Angeles Rams this morning, I talked about the Seahawks being a team that just went through the mud with the Carolina Panthers. That game did not need to be as close as it was. I understand they were on the road. They were coming off an emotional victory of their own the week before. But I have a hard time looking at this Seattle team and saying that they are not worthy of the 1 seed. I'm very excited to see what happens between them and the San Francisco 49ers. But they're not the best team, in my opinion, right now in the NFC. Sam Darnold was on a team last year that went 14-2. He's done everything that's been asked of him in Seattle this season. To me, 2-1, whatever my list will be next week is going to be determined by that 49ers and Seahawks game in Week 18. I'm impressed by them overall, but they're just not my favorite in the NFC, so that's why I've got them at number 3.
Yeah, I mean, that defense, I think, is legit. Obviously, Sam Darnold working on his second consecutive 14-win season. I think Seattle is the real deal. We're going to find out here this weekend.
All right, so we're going through my top 5 power rankings after Week 17 here on Unsportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance. Courtney Kern and Myron Metcalf coming in next.
Number 2.
So I teased it because this is the game that we are all looking forward to seeing between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. It determines the 1 seed in the NFC. And honestly, I think it determines Coach of the Year. If Kyle Shanahan doesn't already have that thing locked up by now, Week 18 and what they do there will determine it even further. This is his best coaching job of his career. And watching what he's done with Brock Purdy since he came back from that turf toe injury, an offense that's putting up 35 points a game with ease, and seeing how your quarterback is facilitating that. Another game, another 5 touchdowns, both through the air and on the ground by Brock Purdy. I'm worried about their pass rush, but I think that this offense is good enough to outlast whatever happens with its defense and what its defense can't stop, because as they showed you on Sunday Night Football, you're choosing them every time, 10 out of 10, to win a shootout, and that's probably what's going to happen to them in the postseason.
Yeah, Brock Purdy might not be a top 5 point quarterback, but he looks like a great point guard. The way he's putting everybody in the right positions, Christian McCaffrey in open space. This offense is tough to stop, and I think that's why they should be considered a big-time contender.
Okay, so before I get to number 1, I'll recap it. Coming in at 5, it's New England Patriots. Number 4, Denver Broncos. 3, Seattle Seahawks. 2, San Francisco 49ers. And
Number 1.
are the Jacksonville Jaguars really going to do this? I picked them at number 1 in my power rankings after Week 17. 7 consecutive wins for them. How could I not? And to watch how Trevor Lawrence and Liam Cohen and that marriage has gotten the most out of a quarterback that we have been expecting such big things for since he got into the league in 2021. I had a hard time finding any reason to not put them in my top spot. They're going to get a top 3 seed regardless of what happens. They're currently projected to play the Chargers in the first round of the postseason. We know what happened the last time those two teams played in the wild card round. I think that Trevor Lawrence, and everybody wants to talk about, well, what has he not done in the playoffs yet? Why are we crowning him already? We're not crowning him already. He's just had a really good regular season. I believe that deserves to be acknowledged by having them at the top of my power rankings. Find me a team that's playing better football right now. I'd rather have a team that's surging late as opposed to what we've seen from the Los Angeles Rams, who were my honorable mention. It was going to be between them and the Patriots for that number 5 spot for me in my rankings. The loss last night and what we've seen from them the last 2 games knocked them out. I can't find a better team that's playing better football than Jacksonville right now. The Denver win solidified it for me. Seeing what they did against the Colts on the road last week took it a step further. They are my number 1.
Yeah, I mean, and that defense is just sort of the best closer, I think, in football. Just the way they shut out the Colts in the fourth quarter. Trevor Lawrence is playing so much better, as you mentioned. I think Jacksonville could win a Super Bowl. They look like the real deal to me.
They do, and I think that AFC South has been such a fun storyline this season. We saw where the Colts started. We saw and have seen where they're ending this season. That Houston defense is no joke. They clinched their spot in Week 17. They would have been, I think, 7th or 8th on my list. Obviously, I only had 5 there. There were a couple honorable mentions that I think I might be feeling differently about come Week 18 when there are a couple more games that are going to decide postseason seeding. But I would take Jacksonville right now over anybody in the NFL to go to the Super Bowl and to win it. And I know that seems like such a wild thing to say, considering this is a team that has not seen that level of postseason success ever. But I'm thrilled with them, and I'm thrilled with the job that Liam Cohen has done with Trevor Lawrence, and I have a hard time not giving them the respect that they are due. All right, Unsportsmanlike is presented by Progressive Insurance, making it easy to save money when you bundle your auto policy with home, condo, or renters. You're going to earn a multi-policy discount. Easy to bundle, easy to save. Visit Progressive.com. All right, straight ahead. 888-SAY-ESPN, 888-729-3776. Did I get my power rankings right? Do you think I'm crazy for putting the Jacksonville Jaguars there? Do you trust them? And who do you not trust right now as we're getting ready for the end of the regular season and moving into the postseason? That's coming up next on Sportsmanlike, ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.